Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another episode of Xavier the Savior Superstar Mode here in AEW. And last week, Xavier the Savior did the unthinkable and won the International Championship against Okada in the biggest stage of them all in London in the main event. And now, Xavier is champion. Let's see what he does in his reign as International Champion. On Dynamite here, first week out of All In, and it looks like Kazuchika Okada is coming out first. Still the Continental Champion after losing his International Championship to the Xavier the Savior. Let's hear what the Rainmaker has to say here tonight. Okada won Xavier the Savior to come out here tonight. Maybe even give him an opportunity, a rematch as championship. It looks like Xavier the Savior is obliging. That's right. First look at Xavier the Savior as the International Champion, walking down proud, holding that championship on his shoulder. As it looks like we got a rematch here on Dynamite. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okada versus the Savior. Number 4, I can't remember. But nonetheless, I guess a non-title matchup. That's Xavier the Savior going to drive Okada into the corner. You know what? We're not going to give a cheap shot here. Nice Pele kick by Xavier there. Look at this, Okada looking for a running knee, and Xavier dodges. Into a big boy senton. Go ahead and taunt for the crowd here. Look at this beautiful maneuver here. Slingshot. Oh, Xavier catching Okada into the Savior sandwich, which could only mean one thing: charging up for that down to hell on Okada. And Xavier the Savior connects. Is that enough to put away Okada, though? Cover 1, 2, and yes, it is. We just beat Okada once again, after beating him for the International Championship.
Here is your winner, the Savior.
And looks like here we go. Next week, we're coming out to Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle looks focused, wanting Xavier to come into the ring, but Xavier thinking of other plans. But look at this, Okada, like he's the Undertaker, throwing me back into the ring. And here comes the bell. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Xavier the Savior versus Kyle O'Reilly. After Okada throwing him back in, super kick misses. Looks like we're going to get shot for shot here. Both men standing tall. Xavier the Savior getting the better of Kyle O'Reilly thus far. And Xavier the Savior going to go for a Pele kick on Kyle O'Reilly. Despite not wanting to be in this matchup, Xavier the Savior making light work of Kyle O'Reilly after a springboard into a buckshot lariat. And again, really no offense for Kyle O'Reilly thus far. O'Reilly dodges the Savior sandwich. And ladies and gentlemen, this is his first amount of offense. We might be in danger already. Xavier going high risk here. What's he thinking? Double stomp to the back. No, O'Reilly dodges into a roll up. Beautiful reversal. Xavier is in trouble and he kicks out. Oh, but wait a minute. into a bridge. And O'Reilly kicks out. Xavier now lifting up O'Reilly into a powerful slam here. Xavier thinking springboard as well into a crossbody. O'Reilly dodges again. Starting to have the number of Xavier. O'Reilly crawling into the corner. You can see the lacerations on his back. Xavier the Savior, big clothesline. And look at that, setting it up for the down to hell. Here we go. Down to hell connects. Is that enough? On a stun, Kyle O'Reilly. And it is light work of Kyle O'Reilly here tonight, despite not wanting to be a part of the matchup. Because why would I want to waste my time?
Here is your winner, the Savior.
It's a tag team specialist. I've got bigger fish to fry as international champion, thank you. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, a worthy opponent, a former international champion in Takeshita. As we are looking to take out the whole freaking roster. Week after week, big pump kick by the Savior. What is this by the Savior? Oh, reversal by Takeshita, who sends Xavier into the referee. Xavier with a super kick and another one to the back of the head. Oh, what is this? Okada coming down to the ring. He's had enough of Xavier besting him. Here comes Okada, who hits the Rainmaker on the Savior. How is that not a disqualification? But nonetheless, Takeshita going for the pin. And only a kick out at one. Xavier the Savior coming back. Takeshita into the corner, running star into a big knee. You know what? Let's go flying. As Xavier the Savior descends to the heavens for a coup de grace on Takeshita in the pinfall. Is that enough? 1, 2, and no. Xavier the Savior taking out Takeshita on the outside. Throws him into the announcer's table. Count of 4 by the referee. Slams him head first, and now, what's he thinking here? Dominator on the outside. You know what? Let's go ahead and reverse the count. I think I want to put Takeshita through the announcer's table here. Lift him up onto the announcer's table. Looking to end it here. Oh, Takeshita fighting back though. Couple of elbows. Oh no, Takeshita has us caught. Big suplex on the outside onto the floor. I guess weapons are legal. As here we go. Oh, kendo stick misses. Big super kick does not. You know, I guess we're going to find out the hard way if we could use this kendo stick, and we can. Guess there was really no disqualifications after all. As we are molly-whopping Takeshita with the kendo stick. Big boy senton, and now, oh no. I was going to say, let's go for the down to hell, but instead Takeshita catches us off guard. Stomp to Takeshita in a blue thunder bomb. Cover on Takeshita. 1, 2, and that's no. Thought that was enough. But instead, looks like we're going to have to go for the Savior sandwich on Takeshita, right onto the kendo stick as well. And one more move, 3 words, down to hell. Will it connect? On Takeshita it does. And surely that's got to be enough. As we put away a former international champion here on Dynamite.
Here is your winner, the Savior.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is pay-per-view time, and here at Forbidden Door. some technical difficulties. But it is a no-holds-barred match here for the International Championship. Here we go, time to get this matchup underway, and we're gonna... Oh, I was gonna say we were gonna run in, but Okada beat us to it with a big drop kick. Of course, kind of fitting for Forbidden Door, as Okada, a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. And Xavier the Savior, part of AEW. That's a big neck breaker by the Savior. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's weapons time. I didn't mean to grab the table, but it's fine by me. Table will work. As Okada was trying to get a little cheeky there. We're going to send him right into the announcer's table. And even face first into the cover. As we were unsuccessful in putting Takeshita away through the announcer's table, maybe we'll have better luck against Okada. As we get a stalling suplex on the outside. What I was trying to say earlier, it's time to bury Okada shovel style here. Has two shovel shots right to the face of the Continental Champion. You know what? Let's even give him a big boot for his troubles. Xavier the Savior setting up Okada into the table. Running start here. Looking to spear him through the table. Let's go for a pinfall. Is that enough on Okada to retain? No, only a 1 count. You know what, Okada? I know you're from Japan, but I think it's time you learn how to play catch. Oh, well. Missed wildly there, but not going to miss with these kicks right to the midsection. And into a big knee to the face. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Okada planted with that steel chair, and we just smashed him like a sandwich with that crossbody. It might be go time. Actually, no. Have other ideas in mind. Steel chair right to the face. No, Okada breaks it up. And Okada with a clothesline right to the back of my head. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send Okada outside the ring. Because it's time to use that announcer's table like I wanted to against Takeshita. Oh, Okada breaking it up early as I was trying to drag him to the announcer's table. Gonna dodge Okada. Lift him up for a powerbomb on the outside. Okada, you're going through this table whether you like it or not. And some voodoo magic there making me slam into the announcer's table. Luckily enough, I'm able to reverse. You know what, let's go ahead and hit a Dominator here to really take out Okada. And again reversing. Starting to piss me off. Because I can't get my announcer's table spot. I get sent right into the steel steps. Ladies and gentlemen, still fighting on the outside. You know what? I'm going to use one of my finishers to put Okada down. No, Okada again reversing everything that I put in his way. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I have him in my sights. On the announcer's table, is that enough? Or is Okada going to reverse again? Okada lifted up, powerbomb through the announcer's table, finally hitting my move. And the fans chanting, this is awesome. And I agree. Okada somehow still getting back up though. Gonna have to put him down with a Uranagi. Is that enough to retain the title? 1, 2, and 3. Yes, it is. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, my first retention as international champion here in AEW. On the road to becoming one of the greatest international champions. After our first successful defense for the international championship, we are here on Dynamite for another exciting week as we have a matchup against Wheeler Yuta. Fast-paced action here just to kick off our matchup against Wheeler Yuta after our successful title defense against Okada. Looking for some more faces to face for the title, and if Wheeler Yuta beats me here, he's got a good shot at fighting for the title, but so far nobody's really been able to beat me here in AEW. Only losing 2 matches thus far. And setting him up for a big German suplex. Xavier having very little success here thus far. Trying to get a little bit of momentum, but a big clothesline there might be trying to turn the tides. Xavier throws him into the ropes. Drop down. Leapfrog into. Oh, just bumps into him. But a big kick just bust open Wheeler Yuta in the corner. Oh, thinking for the buckle bomb. Trying to destroy the back of Wheeler Yuta. And Xavier fired up here as he finally gets some momentum. What's he thinking here? Death Valley Driver. And Wheeler Yuta's got to roll out. And oh no, Xavier thinking high risk here. Onto the outside, coup de grace right to the midsection. I'll punch right to the face. And a springboard this time, it doesn't connect. Xavier picking him up. I was trying to go for the Savior sandwich, but Wheeler Yuta with a DDT. Oh, look at this Xavier the Savior possum pin here. Is that enough on Wheeler? 1, 2, no. But Xavier, big kick. Wheeler reverses. Wheeler kick to the back, or punch to the back. And oh no, Wheeler Yuta turning him inside out. And Xavier kicks out at 2. Thought that Wheeler had my number there. Trying to go for a dirty pin as well. Desperation calls for the Savior sandwich. And now, looking for the 3 words. Down to hell. That's most people here in AEW. And looking to add Wheeler Yuta again to that list. And no, referee taking the long route. And Xavier's frustrated. Oh, and taking out the referee with his frustrations. Ladies and gentlemen, the canvas looking a little rough. Coup de grace to Wheeler Yuta. You know what, let's try and put him away, guys. We're looking worse for wear, lifting him up. Throwing him down. Let's go up top once more to try and put Wheeler Yuta away. Xavier, the X-Splash, connects. 1, 2, and no, again, Wheeler kicking out. But luckily we have our finisher. If we can hit it, big knee misses. Wheeler Yuta lifting him up. Powerbomb. Back and forth, turning into a good contest here against Yuta. And here we go, Blue Thunder Bomb. Oh, reversal by Yuta. Yuta catching me. That's got to be enough. Plants. Xavier. Cover. And I feel like I got to use the resiliency. Having to use the resiliency there. Meaning I don't have a whole lot left in the tank. So Wheeler going up top. What's he thinking here? Double axe handle misses into a sidewalk backbreaker. Pele kick connects. Xavier the Savior lifting up Yuta. Into another Death Valley driver, this time the pin combo. Look at the face of Yuta too. And oh, how does he keep kicking out? Ladies and gentlemen, once again going for the Savior sandwich, and again Wheeler reversing a super kick after super kick. And I just got to go for the cover. I'm desperate at this point. And I finally put Wheeler Yuta away. That was way harder than it had to be. Oh, wait a minute. That's Will Ospreay. Maybe Will Ospreay wants a shot at the Savior and the International Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we are skipping right to the last week before the huge pay-per-view. It looks like we have Will Ospreay in our sights. But before that match, we have a former international champion and a dream match of Xavier the Savior versus Kenny Omega. And here comes Kenny Omega, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite wrestlers to watch, especially to face the belt collector, Kenny Omega. Again, will be a dream match in the making. And that comes to today's question. Let me know your favorite wrestler down in the comments. Of course, for me, it's a hard one to just pick one, but Kenny Omega is definitely up there in my top 5. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Omega versus Xavier the Savior before we get to the pay-per-view and our international title defense. Starting off with a big clothesline. And into a stalling suplex. That connects on Omega. Oh, look at this submission maneuver by Kenny Omega. Oh, but that's light work for the Savior, who turns it around into a nice Hurricane Rana. Oh, we're going toe-to-toe with Kenny here. Chop after chop, punch after punch. Oh, Kenny misses there, but I miss as well. And oh, wait a minute. What is this? Not another one. This time it's Ospreay coming down to the ring. Of course, if you know ECW, we've had some. Our first big rivalry was against Will Ospreay as Kenny Omega lifts us up for the one-winged angel. Distraction by Ospreay, and Kenny looking to end it here. Oh, big kick misses. It turns into a turning point for Xavier the Savior to recoup. So it looks like we're definitely getting Ospreay at the pay-per-view. And what type of matchup, I'm not too sure. But right now we're dealing with Kenny Omega, and the Savior sandwich connects on Omega. Send him into the corner. Big clothesline misses. Omega sizing me up. And plants me into the turnbuckle there. Look at this by Omega, comeback, big clothesline. And Omega fired up. Going for the pinfall, is that enough? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in trouble, no. Kicking out at 2, barely. And Omega bringing out all the stops here. But that's not going to be enough, I don't think, as Xavier the Savior going for down to hell. It connects on Omega. And even after the distraction, we might have the 3 count. 2, and oh, Omega kicking out. Time to go up top. It hit the X splash. Fans chanting fight forever, another cover. And Omega again kicking out. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Thunderbomb. No, Omega reversing. Omega sends me into the ropes. Into a dragon suplex. Is that enough? I might have to use resiliency, and I do. To stay alive. Omega right into it. Powerbomb into a big knee. I don't think there's a way unless the ref counts the rope break. I must be the luckiest man alive right now, surviving against Kenny Omega after barely surviving against Wheeler Yuta. Got a pop-up Insaguri, ladies and gentlemen. Scoop slam. Not sure what to do now. Going for the big neck breaker. Is that enough? Against the best bout machine, and it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the Xavier sandwich connects into the down to hell. That's got to be enough to beat Kenny Omega. No, reversal again by Omega. Alabama Slam just cannot beat the best bout machine. Kenny Omega going for the cover. I don't think I have it in me. And no, that is enough for Omega to beat the Savior. And it took a Will Ospreay distraction. And my first loss as champion goes to a former international champion in Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest, I kind of messed up a little bit. I've been trying to create a matchup, and now I am all out against Jay White, Switchblade Jay White instead of Will Ospreay. So unfortunately, no matchup with Will Ospreay yet. But I must defeat Switchblade Jay White here tonight. As here comes the challenger representing the Bullet Club, Jay White. If I win here tonight, the next episode will kick off with me versus Will Ospreay for the title. But that's if I can beat Jay White here tonight. Was trying to make it interesting for you guys. Instead, we're getting an open challenge here for the Covenant International Championship. Here we go, all out. Switchblade Jay White versus Xavier the Savior. And Jay White starting off trying to go for a technician here. Wrenching on the midsection. Going to switch it up here into a headlock. He's getting some momentum. Going to hit him right here. And wrench that. Trying to choke the life out of Jay White here. Just can't find what I'm looking for. Just switch it up, and Jay White, I think, getting the better of it. No. Didn't know I was so much of a technician here. But now you know. Again, trying to keep the technician style going. into a trip up and a big kick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been pretty much all me. Death Valley driver connects on Jay White. Now lifting him up into a big suplex with the bridge cover. And Jay White kicks out of one. Trying to make light work of Jay White here. Trying to go for the Savior sandwich. Jay White reversing. Throws me into the ropes, into a Superman punch. Misses. Big clothesline. Doesn't quite get all of it. So I'm going to send him into the corner and hit another clothesline. Nope. Just kidding. But not that time. Gotta make you think twice. Into a rolling senton. Xavier's fired up. Back up to my signature. Trying to go for the Savior sandwich for the second time. This one, it connects. And we're going to stun Jay White. We're going to go hurry up for the finisher. Get the down to hell to connect on Switchblade. Jay White busting him open in the process. Is that enough to retain here at All Out? 1, 2, and yes it is, ladies and gentlemen, making light work of Jay White. Here at All Out, another successful title defense. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so confident that next episode we will kick off with a triple threat for the international title. It will be Will Ospreay, Xavier the Savior, and Kenny Omega, the last man to defeat me, in a triple threat for the international championship. So stay tuned for that matchup next episode. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit that little bell. And as always, have a good night.